This fight took place on November 12, 1982, in Miami, Florida. The defending WBA welterweight champion, 27-year-old American Aaron Pryor, was facing his sixth defense of the title. Pryor had 31 victories with 29 knockouts and no defeats. He was originally scheduled to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, but Leonard had to take a break from his career due to a detachment of the retina. As a result, Pryor's opponent was another well-known fighter of that time, the world champion in 3 weight classes, 30-year-old Pryor-Arguello from Nicaragua. It's worth mentioning that Alex had started his career in weight categories 3 levels lower and gradually moved up, winning belts along the way. This fight was in the 4th weight category where he was hoping to become a champion. He was the first to attempt to become a 4-division champion. Alex had fought 77 fights and won 72 of them, 59 by knockout. In addition, he had 19 wins in world championship fights. Pryor's nickname, The Hawk, due to his aggressive fighting style. Alex, on the other hand, preferred to act economically, but at the same time, he had the highest efficiency and accuracy of his actions. Realizing the fact that these two opponents had a total of 88 knockouts, everyone understood that they would have an exciting fight. The interest of the public in this fight was enormous, and the fees that the boxers received at this time were also huge for these weight categories. Alexis received $1.5 million, Pryor received $1.6 million for this fight. The American magazine Ring ranked this fight as the 8th among the 100 greatest fights in history in 1996. From the first seconds of the first round, Pryor rushed at his opponent. He landed 21 punches in the first 20 seconds of the fight. The accuracy of these punches were not high, and experienced Alexis did not panic and interrupted the Hawk's starting burst with several hard hits to the head and body. A smile on the face of the Hawk definitely indicated that he understood that he was going to have a tough evening. After such a response from Alex, Pryor acted more cautiously for a while. But this did not last long. The first round was eventful, as was the entire fight. At the beginning of the second round, the Hawk again began to attack his opponent. A little later, he manages to press the opponent to the ropes, but under a hail of shots, Alex finds a way out of the situation and shakes Pryor with a right hand punch and then a left hook, after which Aaron finds salvation in a clinch. The American boxer quickly recovers and presses his opponent to the ropes again. However, Alex defends himself well by blocking the shots and fully shows his skill in counterattacks. In the third round, the Hawk tries to box in the center of the ring, but Alex doesn't let him hit, but also doesn't attack Pryor. But then Alex delivers a hard right-hand punch that makes Pryor retreat. But the Hawk quickly recovers and the fight moves back to the ropes. First, Pryor attacks, then Alex responds, then Pryor attacks, and then again Alex responds. In the fourth round, Alex lands harder and more accurately. His punches literally throw his opponent back. But the Hawk boxes more actively and delivers more shots. The beginning of the fifth round was unusual for this fight. Alex decided to go forward. Then Pryor tries to box at a distance, standing straight in front of his opponent, but in this tactic, Alex was better and delivered several accentuated shots to his opponent. Pryor decided to close the distance, but Alex defended himself well against his attacks. Towards the end of the round, the boxers exchanged shots to the body, and the last shot in this round was for Alex. In the 6th round, Pryor decided to slightly change tactics. He began to move actively around the ring, and using the advantage in speed, began to deliver single shots to his opponent. At one point, he managed to shake Alex with the right hand punch, and Pryor tried to develop that with success. In the 7th round, the advantage was also for the American boxer, even though half a minute before the end of the round, he missed a hard right-hand punch. Alex seemed to be saving his energy, as fights at that time were 15 rounds. Starting from the 8th round, Alex slightly reduced his activity and continued to save his energy for the last rounds, and the number of his attacks decreased slightly. The initiative completely passed to Pryor, and periodically he flitted around Alex, shooting him with both single blows and combinations. However, the overall picture of the fight did not change. The Hawk tried to win with the quality of his blows, and Alex worked accurately and harshly. In the 11th round, the Hawk starts well, but Alex, who had recovered, begins to attack his opponent well for the rest of the round and deals him considerable damage. Such a turn of events in the 11th round caused an unusual reaction from Pryor. In the 12th round, Pryor decided to make up for his defeat in the 11th round, and in his characteristic manner, he delivered a large number of shots to his opponent, consistently pressuring Alex. At this time, Alexis endured and waited for his moment, and at that moment came in the middle of the round. When the Hawk showed carelessness, Alexis hit him with a right punch, causing the Hawk's legs to tremble for a fraction of a second. Nevertheless, Pryor won the end of this round and the round overall. From the first seconds of the 13th round, the boxers began to box as if it were their first round, when they were full of strength and energy, or the last, when there was no need to conserve their strength. However, the total distance was 15 rounds, and there were still 3 rounds left, including this one. After an active start in the 13th round, Pryor reduced his activity for a few seconds, and Alex delivered a good punch to Pryor. During the break between the 13th and 14th rounds, a scandalous episode occurred. Pryor's coach, Panama Lewis, asked his cornerman to pass him a bottle of liquid, saying the phrase, "Give me that bottle I mixed." Unfortunately, no one paid attention to these words, and for unknown reasons, the Athletic Commission of the City of Miami did not conduct a doping test after this fight. Panama Lewis would later be banned for life from being in the corner of the ring during a fight, because he cheated with Luis Resto's gloves in 1983 to make them lighter when he had fought with Billy Collins. Resto would later reveal that Panama Lewis added medication used to treat asthma to his boxers' water during fights, enabling them to work actively in the final round. However, it was already impossible to find out if these medications were in Pryor's bottle on that night. In the 14th round, the Hawk decided to attack his opponent with full force, and it was the right decision. He shook Alex, and then after a series of hard hits, the referee decided to stop the fight. Pryor achieved the most significant victory of his career that night. I don't believe possible doping used was the deciding factor in this victory. The main factor was that Pryor was in his category, while Alexis won the first title a long time ago in a category 3 steps lower. This fact indicated the greatness of Alexis.